For a company that tends to make things as straightforward as possible, Toyota's introduction of the 2020 Toyota Corolla Hybrid in America poses a vexing question for fuel-conscious buyers: this, or the 2020 Toyota Prius, the OG eco-freak? On paper they're fraternal twins, using the same modular chassis and powertrain, marketed to the same customer base in the mid-$20K range. Except in a few cases, the dimensional differences can be measured in tenths of an inch. When asked about this product overlap, Toyota pointed to the Prius' superior liftback cargo space and the recent addition of all-wheel drive as its chief USPs versus the Corolla Hybrid. But we're not so sure the choice really boils down to sedan versus hatchback, FWD versus available AWD. So we spent a day in Greensboro, North Carolina earlier this fall driving both a 2020 Toyota Corolla Hybrid and a front-wheel drive 2020 Toyota Prius Limited to determine which has the winning approach to thrifty consumption. Some necessary setup: the Corolla Hybrid is only available in one trim with pretty much no options, the $24,000 LE. The Prius Limited we had starts at over $32,000, but the only things separating it from the $25,000 entry-level Prius L Eco are creature comforts that aren't germane to the comparison at hand. We're here to see which one offers the best combination of fuel economy, driving dynamics, and everyday practicality. We also checked out the red Prius XLE AWD seen in these photos, and we'll include driving impressions of that too, but for the sake of this comparison we're mainly sticking to the apples-to-apples experience of the two front drivers. And we found some pretty big differences between the fruits of this particular electrified orchard. The 2020 Toyota Corolla Hybrid, by the numbers. Base price, $24,055. Powertrain, 1.8-liter inline-4 with 2 electric motors and a 1.3 kWh nickel-metal hydride battery CVT transmission front-wheel drive. Horsepower, 121 horsepower at 5,200 RPM. Torque, 105 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPM. EPA fuel economy, 53 miles per gallon city, 52 miles per gallon highway, 52 miles per gallon combined. Curb weight, 3,050 pounds. Cargo volume, 13.1 cubic feet. The 2020 Toyota Prius, by the numbers. Base price, $25,155, L Eco trim. Powertrain, 1.8-liter inline-4 with 2 electric motors and a 2.16 kWh lithium-ion battery CVT transmission front-wheel drive with optional all-wheel drive. Horsepower, 121 horsepower at 5,200 RPM. Torque, 105 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPM. EPA fuel economy, 54 miles per gallon city, 50 miles per gallon highway, 52 miles per gallon combined. Curb weight, 3,075 pounds. Cargo volume, 27.4 cubic feet. 2 cars, 1 platform. Boasting 27.4 cubic feet of cargo room over the Corolla's measly 13.1, we know the Prius and its big, hunched-over greenhouse will carry a lot more stuff. Sure, the Corolla can fold down its rear seats for more room, but then again so can the Prius. Beyond this, the two aren't dramatically different when you park them side by side and bust out the tape measure. The Corolla is 2.3 inches longer and 0.8 inches wider overall while weighing 25 pounds less. Inside, the Prius passenger compartment provides marginally more head and shoulder room than the Corolla's thanks to it being almost an inch and a half taller overall. However, the Corolla boasts a whole 1.4 inches more rear seat legroom, a death knell for the Prius, if you ask my Asian immigrant parents. A car's physical fitment in its owner's lifestyle often isn't enough. It's also got to blend with the driver's personal style. When the Prius came out, it was such a concept, a Toyota rep told us. Prius buyers, are still wanting that concept, that personal branding, the identity of, "I'm driving an environmentally friendly vehicle." Like the models that came before it, the 2020 Toyota Prius has a bulky backside and funky styling inside and out. Its cabin is made up of round, sci-fi shapes and air vent tabs with "Prius" stamped on them. This is a Toyota freakin' Prius and it wants everybody to know it. The Corolla's much more conventional look, meanwhile, is all new for 2020 and much improved inside and out. Like its road manners, which we'll get to in a minute, its cabin is simple, intuitive, and appealing in a utilitarian sort of way. On the outside, the sedan's front end is aggressive but not offensively so. The restrained theme continues to the rest of the car, ending with what just might be one of the only recent sedan rear ends to be more attractive than its hatchback counterpart, what with its confident, almost bangle-like trunk lid. Editor's note: sure. Although it doesn't actually light up, I especially like the continuous bar that connects the taillights and apes a design trend now commonly found in cars of a completely different tax bracket. The Prius isn't nearly as easy on the eyes. We understand that odd and experimental are likely what Prius designers were going for, but parked next to the more ordinary Corolla, it just looks awkward. This generation of Prius is now 4 years old, though did receive a light refresh for the 2019 model year that toned down the visual aggression of its front and rear fascias while retaining the same sheet metal, resulting in a vehicle with a body that doesn't quite match its face.